It was supposed to be a peaceful evening in one of Kashmir's most beautiful destinations. But what unfolded in Pahalgam on April 22nd was anything but serene. Innocent tourists and families, many just beginning their journey, became targets of a brutal terror attack that has sent shockwaves across the country and beyond. At least 26 people are confirmed dead. Several others were injured, some fighting for their lives. The pain, the bloodshed and the sheer horror of this day have drawn comparisons to some of the darkest chapters in Kashmir's past. The Pahalgam attack is now being called the deadliest act of terror in the valley since the 2019 Pulwama bombing. But did you notice that the incident occurred when US Vice President JD Vance was in India and PM Modi was visiting Saudi Arabia? It also happened just days after Pakistan Army Chief's speech on Kashmir. So let's understand the chronology of events around the Pahalgam terror attack. I'm Shivangi and you're watching India TV. So here's what we know so far. On April 22nd, 6 heavily armed terrorists believed to be linked to the Resistance Front, which is an offshoot of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba, opened fire on civilians near Baisaran in Pahalgam, a tourist hub in South Kashmir's Anantnag district. The attackers reportedly arrived days earlier, conducted reconnaissance and waited for the perfect moment to strike. Intelligence suggests that victims were asked to recite religious verses. Those who failed were executed on the spot. The timing of the attack is being closely examined. It coincided with two major diplomatic events: the visit of US Vice President JD Vance to India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's state visit to Saudi Arabia. Intelligence officials are drawing parallels to past terror incidents such as the 2000 Chitti Singhpura massacre, which also coincided with a visit by a US president. JD Vance condemned the attack and expressed their condolences to the victims. Moreover, PM Modi, who was in Jeddah, cut short his visit and held emergency discussions with Home Minister Amit Shah. He vowed to bring those responsible to justice. This attack is the most severe civilian targeted incident since the 2019 Pulwama terror strike, in which 40 CRPF personnel were killed. It is also the biggest attack in Jammu and Kashmir since the abrogation of Article 370 in August 2019. Since the revocation of Article 370, the government has cited declining terror incidents in the region. Union Home Minister Amit Shah had stated in March 2025 that terrorism-related deaths had dropped by over 70% between 2014 and 2024 compared to the previous decades. However, this attack has disrupted the relative calm and is being seen as an attempt to reignite unrest. But one more thing that you must know is that a few days ago, Pakistan's Army Chief gave a speech that security officials are now analyzing. Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir recently referred to Kashmir as Pakistan's jugular vein in a provocative speech that has raised serious concerns among Indian intelligence agencies. In his remarks, Munir also spoke about alleged discrimination between Hindus and Muslims in India. Officials believe that this inflammatory rhetoric may have motivated the Resistance Front to carry out the Pahalgam attack. Therefore, there are several dots that need to be connected. But overall, the attack on April 22nd was something that turned paradise into a battlefield. Innocent people, men, women, children, came to find peace in the valley of paradise, but they found bullets. While world leaders watched from afar, terrorists struck with precision and hate. A family trip ended in coffins, a valley got soaked in blood. But we hope that perpetrators are caught as soon as possible. What are your thoughts on this? Do comment and let us know. Till then, keep watching India TV.